Hello. I will be touching a little bit on why you want to join General Motors and how the work at General Motors is very beneficial to you and how you could benefit the company by working for us. So, I just want to start off by sharing the organization's vision. And the vision states that General Motors' vision is to be the world leader in transportation products and related services. We will earn our customers' enthusiasm through continuous improvements driven by the integrity, teamwork, and innovation by the GM people. This would be motivation for the employees to want to execute the organization's strategic vision because, in the long run, the better and the more successful the organization is, that means that the employees would be more successful and they would benefit the most from their company being more successful. This company would be beneficial to work for because they do push you to be the best version of yourself and to make sure that you are maxing out your capability. By doing the best work, this also helps the company, but it also helps you and your families. This has led to many of the current employees stating that they've grown a lot professionally and personally because that they are constantly being pushed to be the best version of themselves. General Motors has a recognition program for their employees, and they regularly recognize and reward their work ethic and achievements of their best employees. This recognition program effectively keeps employees engaged and makes them feel appreciated, which leads to employee loyalty and overall higher productivity throughout the company. General Motors implementing this program shows that they value their employees just as much as they value their customers and the revenue that's coming in. There are 5 main reasons as to why General Motors would be a great place to work. First, the company provides many opportunities for employee growth and development, including many programs that have been run through their own human resources department. Next, General Motors' fast thinking helps to solve problems very quickly, which also minimizes the unwanted effects on the company and on the employees. Another reason to work for General Motors would be because they provide innovation and they have a lot of emphasis on the quality of the products that they are shipping out to their buyers. Another reason, or they do this through technological advancements, which have been the growing trend in the automotive industry. In order to stay competitive, General Motors helps foster innovation largely through technology while continuing to provide quality automotive products. General Motors also instills responsibility and accountability in their employees and their products, which helps to minimize and even negate problems within the organization. Finally, General Motors establishes positive relationships with its customers, suppliers, and its dealers. These relationships with stakeholders create situations that are beneficial to all properties involved. And then finally, I just want to touch on how this work could be really beneficial to you. Working at General Motors would be one of the most beneficial jobs because of the fact that you personally and this company provides transportation to many people around the world. And this job would also provide you with the opportunity to touch many people's lives without even really working one-on-one with any of the customers, just doing all of the back work.
For my part, I'm covering how GM organizes its employees. General Motors is an American company that has stretched its market across the world and uses different continents and countries to make and sell its products. Because it is such a large company, the management structure is very large and complex, but GM breaks it down into 2 sections that make the company feel smaller and more family oriented. GM is a regional divisional structure that includes GM America, GM Europe, GM International Operations, and GM South America. GM is also made up of 20 or more specified divisions, including but not limited to Office of the CEO, Cadillac, Tax and Audit Services, IT, Accounting, Global Manufacturing, and Legal and Public Solutions. The pros for this regional and divisional structure include the ability to tailor products to certain areas of the world. For example, how Jay stated in class, John Deere makes different tractors for different areas of the world. So does GM. For instance, a car that's popular here in the United States probably isn't going to be popular down in South America or fit the needs of the people down there. And also the divisional structure allows for separation and focus of the certain areas that are being worked in, for instance, accounting. And this is beneficial to you if you join the company because you'll be working for a company that is focused on growth across different countries and has the resources and dedication to support divisions across the country.
At GM, the important decisions are made by the board of directors. The board of directors are elected each year by GM shareholders to oversee and make business decisions. Under the board of directors sit some subcommittees that focus on important business aspects. There are several of these, not limited to cybersecurity, audit, and finance. These subcommittees gather information and then report this information to the board of directors. The board of directors takes this information, looks at it, and uses it to make the best business decisions. Under the subcommittees are mid to lower level management. These mid to lower level management still make everyday business decisions. The business decisions that they make do not need to be okayed by the subcommittees or the board of directors. So in all, the board of directors does make the ultimate big decisions, but there is information flowing all the way up from the mid to low level managers all the way up to the board of directors. So there's a lot of input that goes into decision making. One very important business aspect is employee satisfaction. That being said, many companies fail to make their employees feel empowered and wanted. However, that's not the case at GM. GM has a recognition program in which employees are regularly recognized and rewarded for their work ethic and achievements. This recognition program effectively keeps employees engaged and makes them feel more appreciated, which leads to employee loyalty and higher efficiency. GM implementing this reward program clearly shows that they highly value their employees.
All great companies have great backstories with great people who made that company what it is today. For General Motors, that starts with the founder, William C. Durant. Durant first made his fortune selling horse-drawn carriages in the days before automobiles. But soon after the introduction of the car, his profits started to wither away. So he founded General Motors as a holding company. With that holding company, he bought many different other companies that produced automobiles, such as Chevy and Cadillac. By doing that, he was able to offer a variety of cars on his product line, ranging from work to luxury. That gave him a competitive advantage over other companies such as Ford, who only offered one type of automobile. Companies such as Ford soon started adopting the variety business model, which we see prominent still today. Another key player in offering a variety of product line was Alfred P. Salone. Salone introduced the concept of data analytics, which helped General Motors effectively manage their variety product line. He also served as the vice president, president, and the chairman of the board during his time at General Motors. Moving on a little later to the time of World War II, when Charles Irwin Wilson was the president of General Motors. Profits boomed at the time because General Motors served as one of the key production leaders for the US Army, as well as the UK. They produced vehicles and weapons for the Allies. And because of this, Wilson is considered one of the most successful presidents in General Motors history. He was later appointed Secretary of Defense by Dwight D. Eisenhower, and he's famously misquoted for saying, "What's good for General Motors is good for the United States of America." Another key player during World War II was William Knudsen. He was a senior production manager at General Motors during the war, and he was appointed by FDR as head of U.S. wartime production. He played a pivotal role in helping the U.S. and UK outperform the Axis.
General Motors is a very rich and strong culture in many different aspects. For starters, General Motors is a very innovative company. An example of that is they created the very first ever electric starter and implemented that into their Cadillacs. General Motors is also a very diverse company in that they are multinational and they're known for creating a very wide range set of different vehicles. And in that aspect, they are also versatile as they're known for creating crossovers to SUVs and full-size trucks. General Motors also puts an emphasis on its employees' well-being in that they host many HR programs to help further educate its employees and help them grow within the company. General Motors also has a plan set in place to transfer from gas vehicles into all electric vehicles in the future, and I think this is really important for their company as this shows that they're acceptable to change and willing to overcome. General Motors is also full of opportunity in many different aspects in that they employ 90,000 employees just in the US alone and 155,000 internationally. They also provide many different benefits, some of those including life insurance, disability insurance, and tuition assistance. I think tuition assistance is really important for the company as it allows college students to further their education while also being able to still work, and in hopes that this will help them grow and work their way up the chain within the company. GM also has a 69% retention rate and 93% on SUVs and trucks. I think this is very important in that most people that buy SUVs and trucks are usually typically bigger families, so you're not just implementing your brand onto one person, but to a whole entire family. General Motors has generated a lot of success, and the stats kind of speak for themselves in that they're number one in the entire world amongst all automotive vehicles. General Motors also generated a total of 122 billion US dollars last year, and they sold 6.8 million vehicles. And in them being multinational, they outsource 2/3 of its jobs overseas, which really puts them out there on the market